Do you know the meaning of FBI? Well, if you said Federal Bureau of Investigation, then you are absolutely correct. However, in today's video, I want to show you another meaning of FBI with respect to communication. And this time, it's about giving feedback. Would you like to be an impressive communicator? That means whenever you speak, people remember you for what you said. And people always like to listen to you. They love it when you talk. And then when you talk, you sound like an expert. People love to make references to your speech. I mean, anytime you speak, be it at home, with family, with friends, your colleagues at work, be it on a professional level, but your communication just somehow seems to stand out. If you desire that in 2024, then watch this video, because this technique I'm about to share with you will transform your communication completely. All right, so what is FBI? FBI stands for feeling, behavior, and impact. You heard it right. Feeling, behavior, and impact. Now, this is a very unique model to communicate and to give feedback to people. Listen, I'm very excited about today's topic because of the examples I have to share with you and what FBI will do to your communication. You will never forget FBI, and you will always be thankful you came across this video. This FBI technique applies to any kind of feedback, be it positive feedback or negative feedback. So instead of saying thank you or thank you so much, now with FBI, your thank you can stand out. And instead of saying, I don't like what you did, now you can give a much more impactful feedback that would get the message across, yet not attacking the personality. If you've been following me for a while, you would know that I like to give you practical examples and teach you communication techniques that you can use for yourself immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right away, right now. So I'm going to give you some examples that I've put down for you that you can literally build on and begin to communicate better right from this moment. The first group is in your spousal relationship. So now I mean when you are addressing your spouse, your wife or your husband, or someone you are in a relationship with. I'll give you examples of something you probably said, and I'd like you to comment which one you're probably guilty of and which one you'll be correcting immediately. I have categorized communication into 6 different groups. Now, of course, there are a lot more, but these groups are to give you an idea of how you can apply this FBI model and how you can use it in your day-to-day communication. So I'll show you the wrong way you've probably been saying it, and then the correct way using the FBI technique. So again, FBI is feeling, behavior, impact. So the first step is you let the person know what your feeling is, or how you feel, or how you felt about a particular situation. Then the behavior, you state categorically, very clearly, what exactly the behavior was, not being generic now, what the behavior was. And then the impact, what impact the behavior made. Now, why this is so beautiful is no one knows your feeling more than you do. So when you say, I feel this way, or I felt this way, the other party is compelled to listen to you because it's your feeling. So let's get into it. For spousal relationship, the wrong way, maybe you've said something like this: I feel like you never listen to me when I talk. You're always so distracted. So what's the right way to say that? Now again, FBI, so pay attention. I felt neglected when you were on your phone during our conversation. So I felt, that's the feeling. Then the behavior, the person was on the phone during your conversation. Now, it always helps for you to be very specific with the particular conversation. Now, even if this happens all the time, don't be generic. So you could say, during the phone call I had with you earlier in the day. So you make reference to just one Example. So I felt neglected when you were on your phone during our conversation earlier today. That's the behavior. Now the impact. I value our connection and would appreciate more attention. Oh boy. What do you think about that? That's so beautiful. Beautiful. You have delivered the message, and then you are likely to get a more positive outcome from this type of communication. Next example. You never help with household chores. Thanks for leaving everything to me again. Now, what's the right way to say that with FBI? I appreciate it when you share responsibilities. That's the feeling. But lately, I've been handling most of the household chores. It would help if you could divide them more evenly. Think about that. Imagine if you were on the receiving end. Wouldn't you feel nice about that? Okay, the third example for spousal relationship, the negative one, the wrong one, is when you say something like this. I'm disappointed that you forgot our anniversary. You clearly don't care. Have you said that before or something similar? So here's the right way. I was hurt when you forgot our anniversary, as it holds sentimental value for me. I would like us to prioritize special occasions together. I can guarantee you, if you sound like this, you'll get more positive outcomes with your spouse. All right, so the next group is boss to employee. So are you a boss, a manager? Are you a leader in a workplace and you have those who report to you? How do you communicate with them? FBI technique will be a game changer for you for sure. So here's a wrong example. I feel like you're always slacking off. You never meet deadlines. So imagine you were speaking to an employee that way, someone who was reporting to you. Now, how would FBI change that for you? Listen, I felt concerned when the project deadline was missed. Can we discuss any challenges you're facing to improve your future timelines? Come on, if you were the employee, you feel good about that. Hey, my boss cares, wants me to improve, and I'm willing to give my 100% to make improvements. Another example here. Your performance is subpar. Thanks for making my job harder. No, that's a wrong way to say it. How about using FBI technique? I appreciate your contributions, but have noticed some areas for improvement. Let's work together on enhancing your performance. Think about that. The last example for this group, I was shocked at how poorly you handled the client meeting. It reflects badly on our team. No. Instead, say this. I observed some difficulties during the client meeting. Can we review the situation and discuss ways to improve our approach in future presentations? How does that sound? I think better. The next group is from the employee to the boss. So you are the one who is now talking to your boss. So here's a wrong example. I feel you never appreciate my hard work. You only focus on the negatives. No, FBI would say this way. I felt overlooked during the project review. Can we discuss my contributions and areas where I can improve? Another example, the negative one now. Thanks for assigning me more tasks. It's not like I have other responsibilities. So let's change that with FBI now. I appreciate the opportunities for growth, but the workload has been challenging. Can we find a balance or delegate some tasks? That's a brilliant way to put it. And the last example for this group, the wrong one. I was completely set up in the meeting. How could you throw me under the bus that way? Now, the FBI model, I was caught off guard in the meeting. Could we establish a clearer communication strategy for future presentations? Now, how about talking with your colleagues? Can we apply the FBI model? Absolutely. Here are some wrong examples and the correct way to say them. I feel like you never pull your weight on our team projects. The wrong one. FBI, I felt overwhelmed during our recent project. Can we discuss how we can collaborate more effectively to share the workload? How about that? Next example for your colleague. Thanks for taking credit for my idea in the meeting. No, instead say, I appreciate collaboration, but it's important to acknowledge each other's contributions. Let's ensure credit is given when it's due. That's a more pleasant way to put it. Yet, you got your message across effectively, by the way. And the final one for this group, I was shocked when you undermined me during the client presentation. How could you? Instead say, I observed some challenges in the client presentation. Can we discuss our strategies to ensure a smoother collaboration in the future? Thumbs up. That's the right one. Now, 2 more groups. How about parent to child communication? Can you apply the FBI model? Sure you can. Some wrong examples. When you say, I feel you're always disobedient, you never listen to me. No, instead you say, I felt frustrated when it seemed like you weren't following instructions. Let's talk about how we can communicate better. I can assure you, you probably get a more positive outcome with that child talking that way, using the FBI model. Next example. Thanks for ruining our family outing with your behavior. No, rather you say, I appreciate family time, but it was challenging when your behavior disrupted our outing. Can we discuss how we can make outings more enjoyable for everyone? And the last example for this group, I was disappointed when you didn't perform well in the school play. You never try hard enough. Rather, you say, I noticed you struggled during the school play. Let's work together to improve your performance next time. I bet you're raising a better child. And the final group, from child to parent, can you apply the FBI model? 100% yes. Let's see some examples. I feel like you never understand me. You're always criticizing. The better way? I felt misunderstood during our conversation earlier today. Can we talk about my perspective and find common ground? Next one. Thanks for embarrassing me in front of my friends. Using FBI, you say, I value our relationship, but I felt embarrassed when you brought up certain topics in front of my friends. Can we discuss boundaries? I can hear someone saying, will this work for African parents? Well, you try. And the last example for this group, I was shocked when you grounded me. It's not fair. Now, this is again child to parent. How about using the FBI model? You'd say, I understand the consequences of my actions, but I'd like to discuss the reasons behind being grounded and find a better solution for the future. That was the FBI model of feedback delivery. F standing for feeling, B for behavior, and I for impact. Did you learn something? And did you find this technique helpful? Do you think it would improve your communication? I would like to hear from you in the comment section which of the wrong examples you're guilty of and what changes you're making immediately. Also remember, I have an absolutely free webinar coming up titled Communicate Like a Pro in 2024. So if you want to take a communication game to a new dimension, to a higher level in 2024, then this webinar is for you. And remember, you are paying nothing for it. It's absolutely free. But hey, you have to register, and seats are very limited, and we have just a few days to go. So use the information showing up on the screen or in the description to sign up immediately. We have a large community that you can join to improve your communication on a daily basis. And guess what? It's also free of charge. So hurry now, take advantage and raise your communication game to another level. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.